Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another FX tutorial. So I got numerous requests to showcase how I created two of my latest photos. Both images were shot using the iPhone 7 Plus camera. Alright, so let's get to editing. So I'm going to start off with a darker picture here, and we'll try to recreate the final image as close as I can. I want the three light sources here to look a certain way, so I'm going to add in a new layer for curves. I usually create 2 points within the upper right and lower left quadrants to control the lighting and just mess around with the settings. Up next, an additional layer for exposure will be used. The specific variable I used was 1.28. So this is what it looks like before and after adding the two layers. So here comes the fun part. I'll be creating the neon lights you guys seen in the final photo. The two colors that I personally use are FC01ED for this light purple color and 09F8F5 for a lighter blue color. Let's start off by creating a new layer for the purple neon line. The essential tool used here was a pen tool. So after creating the first point, you're able to curve the line after selecting the second point and holding down the mouse and moving it around. Just gonna add in a couple more points here and curves now. The next step is to right click the mouse and select stroke path. Make sure the brush tool and simulate pressure is selected. Right click the mouse again, but this time select delete path. This gives us a cool neon line that fades in color at the endpoints while giving us a faded look throughout. So I wanted to make it look like this line is going behind the pillars. To achieve this look, all I would need to do is use the eraser tool and simply erase the parts of the line that's blocking the certain pillars. Alright, cool, the effect works. For the next part, I'm going to double click the purple neon line layer and add in an outer glow element. Gotta make sure we're using the same color here and have the blend mode on screen, and also set the opacity to 100%. You can also play around with the spread and size here, but in this case it just goes too far. Next, I'm going to add in a drop shadow to give that edge a shinier look. So same idea here, gotta make sure the color is the same, blend mode to screen, and opacity to 100%. So we got the neon light out of the way, and it looks great, but I want the neon lights to emit light rays around the environment. Not everywhere, just its close proximity. I'm going to create a new layer here and use the elliptical marquee tool and stretch the area to about this size. Next, I'll use the paint bucket tool and click within the elliptical area. After that, I'll need to use a filter to select Gaussian blur from the blur tab. 182 pixels work for me here. On the right hand layers panel, I'll set the blend mode to overlay, only because I found out in the end that's what worked best for me. To make this effect look much more real, I'll need to add in more Gaussian blur. It's almost complete, but now, to sell the look a bit more, I will need to erase parts of the rays where they wouldn't reach. For instance, I'm going to erase the rays over in this section. My rules are that the light emitted from these lines aren't strong enough to reach faraway areas. Alright, awesome. Having achieved the purple side of it all, we can now move on to the blue side. All of the techniques I just showed you guys will be used once again here. So for now, enjoy the speedrun. Welcome back. So the difference here is that I had to use the clone stamp tool to increase the area of effect of the blue neon haze, and added a bit more of a Gaussian blur to smooth out the edges. Finally, I would like to include these final parts for the tutorial. So I take this simple text layer, spice it up a bit, and then rasterize it. This gives me the ability to change the perspective of the text. The goal here is to make it seem like it was written flatly on the ground itself. For the final part before I show the Lightroom magic, I'm going to select these two Polaroids from this picture and transfer them to the picture that I've been working on. Same concept as the text layer. After rasterizing it, I change up the perspective so I can make it seem like the Polaroids are flat on the ground at a realistic size. I add in some additional drop shadows here to make it look a bit more real. And there we go. For the second photo, the rest of the video will be dedicated in showcasing a speedrun. That being said, enjoy the speedrun! Thanks for watching my latest photo request tutorial video. If you guys have any further questions or have a photo request, leave a comment down below. Support my channel by leaving a like on the video and by subscribing. As always, happy editing. And remember, new adventures ahead.